Let's try to be more specific now. Kasi, correct me if I'm wrong, pero parang yung ganyang characterization, yung pagbalik in response to the administration offensive, parang nanggagaling din kay Philip Salvador, di ba? Yung kanyang portrayal sa sarili niya, hindi ako abogado, isa lang akong artista, bla 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 bla. Pero maging epektibo ako. Effective ba yung ganong pagpapaawa?
Yes. Again, the way to win a campaign is to make them laugh or to make them cry. Yun lang yun, di ba? Make them laugh or make them cry. And in this case, make them cry because you make them feel one with you. Pareho, kapareho ninyo ako. Ginaganyan lang ako, nilalang lang ako, they're looking down on me. Di ba yan ang karanasan ng karamihan sa ating mga kawawang Pilipino? Aping-api tayo ng mga malalaking mga business interests at mga politiko na mapagsamantala. Yan, may villain ka na agad.
Wala bang yan? Wala bang expiration yan? Kasi alam natin, napaka-effective yan ng panahon ni ERAP. And I think you're very familiar with that campaign.
That's a good campaign.
That was also almost the case ng panahon naman ni FPJ ng 2004. Nagamit din yan ni Robin Padilla, di ba? Nag-number 1. Ang tanong ko, Alan, ito, no? Wala ba expiration yung ganyang paawa strategy? Yung tipong pwede mong gamitin yung seemingly humility to cover for your incompetence or lack of qualifications?
Okay, first, let's split hairs. Iyan, let's split hairs. It's not so much a paawa strategy as it is a relatability strategy. Katulad mo ako. It's not maawa ka sa akin. It's I am like you. VP Binay is the best example of that. Nog-nog. Sino ba si Nog-nog? Do you remember that campaign?
Yes.
He embraced it. He embraced it. Sino ba si Nog-nog? Ayan, in-embrace na yun. So it's a relatability thing.
Alan, singit lang ako. Sorry,
Alan.
Singit lang ako. Pero yung kay Binay, hindi naman issue sa kanya incompetence dahil he's very qualified. I agree na relatability. Pero dun sa ibang kandidato, kunwari dito kay Philip Salvador, aminado naman siya, di ba? Hindi ba ginagamit yung pang-cover dun sa kanya incompetence?
Hey, did Christian Esguerra just go on record in front of the millions of facts-natics and viewers and say that VP Binay is very competent? Wow, that's something, brother. That's
naman siya, 'di ba? Human rights lawyer, matagal naging mayor, naging VP, 'di ba?
That's something. I wasn't expected. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. Ninong ko yan sa kumpil, but I'm just it's refreshing. It's shocking. Hindi ko naman kinokontra.
Okay.
It's an effective strategy to cover up for steaming lack of qualifications or competence. Let's take another survey frontrunner. Well, hindi naman siya frontrunner, but squarely in the winning circle base sa lahat ng mga survey, Kuya Willie Revillame. Diba? He plays that to the hilt. Wala naman akong ba't pa ako gagawa? Sa totoo lang, di ko maintindihan yung mga batas-batas na yan . Ang alam ko lang, sa dami-dami ng batas natin ngayon, hindi pa rin tayo masaya. Marami pa rin gutom. Marami pa rin naghihirap. Marami pa rin Pilipinong may sakit. Hindi ko nga maintindihan kung paano sumulat ng batas. He actually says this. Hindi ko alam ang proseso ng pagsulat ng isang batas. Pero alam ko kung paano magpasaya. Alam ko ang hinaing ng ating mga kababayan. Oh boy, that's it. Look at where he is in the survey.
So effective. Pero naisip ko, wala bang yan?
Effectivo.
Wala bang shelf life yan? Kasi kunwari, kay Lito Lapid, ilang electoral cycle niya na ginagamit yan di ba? Mukha effective Wala bang yan? Wala bang expiration yan?
Lito Lapid is a phenomenon. Outlier yan. Dahil sa totoo lang, wala namang branding si Lito Lapid Walang branding si Lito Lapid. Ano ba branding ni Lito Lapid? Ano nga ba? What is his branding? Outlier para sa akin si Senator Lapid dahil at any given time.
Lately lang yata yung Supremo no?
If I'm being totally honest, which I always am, #no holding back, at any given time, I don't know whether nakaupo si Lito Lapid o hindi Sa totoo lang. I don't know. I have to double check. Oh, nakaupo ba yan sa Senado? Hindi ba siya nakaupo? I mean, good evening po, Senator, but not to take a swipe at you, but he's an outlier. He always wins.
Parang gano'n na rin. You just took a swipe.
I just took a swipe. But is there a expiry date? Yes, there is. Because elections are cyclical. Election tastes, order of attribute preferences. Sorry pa sa technical term, but there will come a time where the last time it happened was during the Pinoy time. Hindi naman sa may pinupuri akong nako, nakapink pa naman ako. Coincidence lang po 'yon. Pero that was the time wherein the taste of the Filipino electorate, the voters, was towards inspire messaging. They wanted to hope. They wanted something bigger than them. They wanted integrity in government, daang matuwid, etc., etc. Pero, well, we all know what happened to that. And global phenomenon po ito. It happened in the US as well with Obama, in other countries. And then bumalik tayo sa demagogues. Sabay-sabay pumasok yan. Si Putin, si Duterte. So it became that. Eventually, it will snap back to that cycle. Sana maabutan ng ating mga anak iyan, especially you have a young boy. Sana maabutan niya yung time na yun.
Okay. Ito si Bong Revilla. Ikaw nagbanggit sa akin before, no? Na medyo tagilid siya ron sa huling eleksyon, ang strategy, sumayaw na lang tayo. And that was effective strategically, sabi mo dati. Ngayon, ngayon kasi, parang nilalagyan niya ng konting substance. Kasi nung pinanood ko yung kanyang speech doon sa Ilocos Norte, sumayaw siya nung simula, tapos nagpa-cute, papogi during the first part. Bandang dulo, nagbanggit ng kanyang mga accomplishments. Tapos pag nakita natin yung kanyang mga posters sa mga poste, talaga nakalagay yung mga accomplishments, no? Is that a good strategy? Or is that in response to attacks from people like you? Kung kine-question yung kanyang competence.
Okay, and even people like me, my goodness. By the way, does that guy have any relatives? May kamag-anak ba si
Parang wala.
Senator? Kasi
Parang wala.
Parang wala akong parang may narinig ka na ba na ang apelyido ay Bong Revilla? Hello, my name is Alan Bong Revilla. Kasi yun yung last name niya eh. By the way, that's really his last name, no? Bong Revilla. So
actually, background lang sa mga viewers natin. Dati niya nang ginawa yan. Hindi naalala lang ng mga tao. Dati niya siya nagparehistro officially na Bong Revilla apelyido niya. Kasi yun ang recall
So that is his actual surname, no? The Bong Revillas of Cavite. But anyway, great question, and I have the perfect answer for it. Clearly, this is kasi I've discussed before yung tinatawag nating E3 formula. Nako, eto na naman yung mga viewers. Sasabihin, ang daming mga acronyms itong guest mo. E3 is you have to be exceptional in one thing, you have to enhance the other, and you have to equalize your perceived weakness. That's really the formula. So clearly, before going into Bong Revilla, let's go to Manny Pacquiao. That's a good case study. So he was excellent in being the masses. He was the idol, the gut candidate. Idol. So ginawa nila, they enhanced his being a Filipino everyman. So they started talking about yung kanyang background and growing up in Jensan, as a poor boy coming up, a starving boxer. Ang problema yung last three equalized. That's where most communicators fail. They overdo it. Kasi they're so conscious of the perceived weakness and they try to equalize that. Tinan mo nangyari kay Senator Manny last time. Ang ginawa nila sa kanya, nung tumakbo siyang presidente, lahat ng posters niya, naka-Amerikana, nakatayo sa podium, at ang kanyang campaignable ay Man of Destiny, English. Because they wanted to equalize that so badly. Para hindi sabihin ng tao, boksingero lang yan basketball player / actor / wapakman lang yan but tumatakbong presidente yan. They wanted to equalize it so badly that they strayed away from what made him great to begin with. Nawala yung messaging, and we all know, natalo siya sa pagiging Pangulo. So Senator Bong Revilla has to play that balancing act. So, Ian, I will have to say, I think he's getting it right. Wow. Alan
Talaga.
Herman just said it. Because
Hindi,
he is dancing literally and figuratively dancing at the right balance na sumasayaw pa rin siya, inaaliw pa rin niya yung mga tao pero nilalagyan niya ng substance. May equalization sa dulo. Yung mga bills niya. If you hear his radio ad, it's Idol. Ang galing naman ng idol mo. Sino ba yung idol mo? Ang idol ko, naglagda ng ju-ju-ju-ju-ju-ju. Ang idol ko, hindi pa ako 100 years old, nakakuha na ako ng pera galing sa gobyerno dahil yan sa idol ko. So he's still leveraging on idol, but in the end, it's communicating yung mga so-called achievements and resibo niya sa Senado. He can't overdo it one way or the other.
Is that also an indication na iniinda niya yung mga banat sa kanya when it comes to competence? Kasi baka naman strategically, pwede namang he can afford not to listen to those criticism. Sumayaw na lang kasi talaga namang artista siya eh. At mananalo siya.
It might be a clear indication. Maybe they have data points to show that na mas hinahanapan ngayon ng tao. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. But yeah, maybe after a while, di ba, we're human. Maybe it's getting to you. I think he's doing it right so far, but don't overdo it. Don't stray. Do not alienate your core audience because you have a core, tenacious is the technical term. You have a tenacious group of voters that love you for your brand. Pag masyado kang na-sensitive sa mga upak sa'yo and you straight away, you went to the complete opposite, may alienate mo yung core mo. Yun ang delikado.